Now, we come to Thursday's lesson, and sometimes Jesus says something, and it makes us question the theology of what he is saying. Things like mutilating yourself or going to hell with both feet, where the fire is unquenchable. After all, the Bible actually forbids the cutting of yourself on purpose, and the doctrine of hell, well, it goes against any notion of God being just. You see what I mean about some of the things Jesus said? Okay, let's back up for a moment, and let's take a look at the context. Jesus wants to stress upon his listeners the importance of taking care of people who are new to the faith, to make sure that we are never the cause of anyone losing their faith in Christ. According to Jesus, if you cause someone to lose their faith, you, my friend, will lose your salvation. Now, Jesus is going to use a literary technique known as hyperbole. It means that we intentionally and deliberately over-exaggerate. We know we're doing it, and our listening audience, well, they also know when we're doing it. And everybody knows we are doing it to make a point. Added to this, Jesus is using, well, a little humor here, especially if you are a visual person, well, like myself. Can you actually imagine you're in heaven and you know who the sinners were because they were missing an eye, a foot, or a hand? The truth is, we would all be missing body parts if that was the requirement to enter heaven. Obviously, Jesus is exaggerating to stress how important his point is. Okay, what about that part, regarding hell? Well, we have a lot of people out there who point to this verse as proof positive that Jesus believes in a very real hell. After all, the fire is unquenchable. Again, this is where the Bible study is important, especially when it comes to the meaning of words. The word that Jesus used was not hell. He never ever used that word, even though the Greeks had a word for hell. But Jesus never uses that Greek word. The word he used was Gehenna. Now, Gehenna was a very real and literal place. It was a valley just outside of Jerusalem where you took your garbage and your sewage and you burned it there. It was basically a garbage dump. What about the unquenchable fire? Well, we read that and we think that it means a fire that cannot be put out by human effort. But that's not what that word means. It means a fire that is never put out or a fire that just never stops burning. The fact of the matter is, Jesus wasn't advocating for a person's mutilation or for a real hell. His point was this: people matter to God. So much so that if you cause another person to stumble in their faith, there are serious consequences for that sin. A sin we are never to commit. Well, that was our lesson study for today. Again, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you tomorrow.